Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch.
It's the NFL on EA Sports coming to you now from the foot of the Rockies in Denver, Colorado. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. This will be taken short. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
Ready. Shoot!
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's. First play, it's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
In your face.
Go. Yo, fast. Hit it.
Now Locke throwing on second down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Malik Collins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Yes. Get it.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He's going to have the first down past the 20. A big run that time by Elliott. Give him 58 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb, 35 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up second and 4 at the 35-yard line.
They're going to need some therapy.
Now a carry for Lindsey. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Hey, foxtrot.
Here we go on fourth down with Locke. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Locke and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be second and 12.
64, weak. 5.
On second down, here's Locke. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run. And they're in better shape now for third.
On the double.
Mike 54. Hey, watch the slant.
From the gun on third down, Locke. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Broncos nothing.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Under crunch.
They do go for it. It's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Locke now to throw. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Look at me. Zipper.
At the 34-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he'll go down, but... Not before getting this inside the 30.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Locke now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. This is the tight end, Fant. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Locke. He's got this complete to Hamilton. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Locke looks to throw it again. Left side here, that's the tight end, Fant. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Locke to throw for it on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. And with that, folks, I want to remind you to join the NFL Salute to Service. This season, the NFL and its players are honoring those who proudly serve our country. And fans are encouraged to join NFL players in writing letters to service members and their families. To learn how you can send your letter today, visit NFL.com/salute. Elliott. They find some open field here. A big run that time by Elliott. 65 yards on the ground. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Elliott. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, not a huge gain there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on third down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
The kick by Maher is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on fourth down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run here with Lindsey. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards on the ground. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll run with Lindsey. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's second and goal operating from the 8-yard line. Now to the air. Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And now because of the sack, it's third and goal from the 14.
Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Now!
Lock now on third and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Deshaun Hamilton as the first half is winding down as they are now on the board here in the first half. And that's a critical touchdown. I don't want to be too hyperbolic or whatever, but they needed some points on the board before halftime.
They certainly did, and, you know, it's not going to erase everything that happened in the first half. Look, they got outplayed. There's no question about that. But now it gives them a chance to regroup, feel a little bit better about themselves. And how many games have we done where we've seen everything flip when another half begins? And by the way, did you say hyperbolic?
I did. Thank you.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 10th carry now for Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Running with Elliott, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So first and 10 now from the 30.
I'm scared.
Ready.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Another run by Lindsey. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
He'll get this one to Patrick. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This is Freeman on first and 10. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lock to throw on 2nd down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The sack by Robert Quinn. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taken in at the 22. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's Lindsey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lock. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Lock now on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Antoine Woods able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Locke. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. Locke now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Another try after the first down sack. Locke. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Prescott. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Von Miller drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. That's taken it around the 40. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Too little, six guys. Check six guys.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll run with Elliott. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 51 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up 6. Touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Lock. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game. And
if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Here's Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football. Boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now Prescott. And no, it's incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Mike 48, Mike 48. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So with 14 seconds on the clock, they've got to go with the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Now Elliott fights through it. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Broncos' 49-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, they were big favorites coming in, but they had to work for this one.
It certainly wasn't the walk in the park that you expected coming into this one. I have a suspicion that in their meetings next week, head coach going to talk to them a little bit about focus, don't you think?
Yeah, because down the stretch, there was some nail-biting going on. And you're right. I think not only the fans, but those folks inside that locker room, they expected a comfortable victory.
Yeah, they certainly did, and that just tells you about the NFL. Any given game, you never know how it's going to turn out. You'd better be ready to play.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more,